To me, the biggest topic in the NBA playoffs right now is the absence of Kevin Durant, KD, with the Houston Rockets going against the LA Lakers. Let's dive into it.
ThaAuthenticTake, the real, no fake. ThaAuthenticTake, yeah, the real, no fake.
And basically, why I'm doing this topic is because I got complete respect for KD. But honestly, I just started thinking about this since he left Golden State. And remember, he wanted to leave Golden State because he wanted another challenge. You know, in Golden State, we were winning too much, I guess. But he went on to Brooklyn. And things didn't work out in Brooklyn. Only one playoff series win, which was the first round. And then because all the drama with Kyrie, he makes his exit out of Brooklyn, goes to Phoenix, and only has one playoff victory there. And honestly, in Brooklyn, what he was probably known for was that his foot was on the line in the playoffs against Giannis, and they didn't proceed. They didn't make it to the next round. And Giannis and the Bucks ended up winning the title that year. And now back to go into Phoenix, he's there, has one playoff victory, which was also the first round. And honestly, his time at Phoenix, I just kind of think it was embarrassing. There's all these problems. And honestly, the most embarrassing thing I think that happened was that he lost to Ant-Man and the Timberwolves as they were rising up, but they got swept. Like, how do you get swept on a team with Kevin Durant, KD, probably one of the best offensive weapons ever in the NBA? And honestly, I could say the proof is in the pudding. You just see that ever since he left Golden State, there was a decline. And yes, I know the first year he went to Brooklyn, he was still recovering from his injury that he suffered in the finals with Golden State against Toronto, but still. And now what he's currently facing, as we stand right now, the Lakers are up 3-1 in the first round of the playoffs, and Kevin Durant has only played game 2, and in that game, he had a fistful of turnovers, which isn't like him, and was pretty much handled. And I think the spotlight is really on him right now because out of nowhere, LeBron got to put on his cape again and be Superman, who he always tried to be, because Austin Reeves and Luka Doncic are out. And he's actually putting up good numbers, and he's leading the Lakers to win. And it just kind of looks weird right now. The fact that he's out. And the fact that the whole season, it really has looked like he has not gotten along with the young players on the Rockets. And I kind of feel like, you know, since day one, they probably looked at him like, you know, we're young. We're trying to build over here. We don't just want an established Hall of Famer or future Hall of Famer to come over here and just be the focal point. And I really can't blame them. And things have gone on during the seasons that are probably true. You know, comments made about the Rockets through an alleged burner account. And now, you know, with KD being injured for the most part of this first round series against the Lakers, the media are really putting a highlight on that, the fact that nobody's checking on him on his injury. I think game 3, he wasn't even on the bench. And to me, that's a big thing too. Like, I was always wondering why, just for an example, why, you know, when after surgery and a little bit of healing with Jimmy Butler and his situation, why he wasn't on the bench. He just came on the bench, you know, basically like the last couple games and the couple playing games that the Warriors had. So I always like to see the player on the bench, you know, supporting the team, even though they can't be out there. And I just think the things are piling up for KD in Houston, and it's just like, it feels like Groundhog Day because this is happening all over again. And it's just kind of weird that, you know, he left Phoenix acting like he wasn't the problem, and not saying that he was, but he left and they still made the playoffs. Granted, they just got swept by the Thunder, but the team that he left, you know, still was a playoff contender. And now it looks like that the Houston Rockets, by adding KD, they might be, you know, a first round exit this year as well. And last year as the 2 seed, Houston, you know, they did fail. They did lose to my Golden State Warriors in 7 games. But when you think you're going to add KD and all of a sudden you're like a championship contender and you don't do that, Do you blame the team or do you blame KD? And I gotta say, KD's track record since leaving Golden State just shows that I don't think this is really Houston's fault. And over the last 7 seasons, KD has only won 2 series in the playoffs. That just does not make sense to me. So is this topic real or fugazi? I think it's real because, like I said, his track record is showing that he wins minimally. During the regular season, he's showing out. Like, he did play 78 of 82 games this season, so that's pretty good for his age. But it's a real problem when all you want to do is win, and he's going to different spots, hopping, leapfrogging other places, and it's just the same problem, and it's got to look like he's the root of the problem. And people will lean towards the fact that he just says that, you know, sometimes he wants to win but doesn't care about winning and just wants to ball out. He just wants to ball. So is it time to hit the panic button in Houston because of KD? I got to say, yeah. They're down 3-1 on the brink of elimination. And honestly, I was surprised that they even pushed it to a 5th game. So they're down 3-1 right now. And if you're a solid young core and you're making the playoffs and you add a future Hall of Famer like Kevin Durant and you can't at least get to the next round, then something is wrong there. And it just might be the guy you added. My authentic take on this KD situation is that I think, you know, he could have played his final game as a Rocket, and that's just weird. You think he would bring some positivity to this team, but I think him and the young players are possibly butting heads, and I think it's already over. And, you know, that kind of sucks to say because, you know, it was like, when he came into Houston, it was like, damn, this is going to be another force in the West that we got to like deal with. They're not going away. But now it's like as soon as they hit the playoffs, it's like they look like the most vulnerable team out there. Because when KD's not on the floor, I feel like because they've been playing under KD the whole season, the other players are kind of like, who takes the reign here? Is it Şengün? Is it Amen Thompson? So, you know, it's just a sticky situation, and I think KD's time in Houston is over. And hey, I know I'm going to sound self-serving, but I'll take him in Golden State. Maybe he'll want to come and save his legacy now. But that's what I think. Tell me what you think. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. This has been The Authentic Take.
The authentic take. The real, no fake. The authentic take. Yeah, the real, no fake.